Hi guys, so for today's video, my husband and I are going to be playing a little game where I asked all of you over on my Instagram stories who you think are the sexiest fellas in fiction. I said that you could include anime characters, video game characters, as long as they are fictional, they are fair game. And I made a list of 20 of the people mentioned, of which there were a lot. You all mentioned a lot of different people. But I made a list of 20 of the fellas that you named off that I know that my husband Sean is at least somewhat familiar with. And the way the game is going to work is I have ranked how much I like these fellas, and I have this list. My husband has not seen this ranking. He is going to try and guess my basically taste in fictional men, so he's going to rank them based off where he thinks I would have ranked them. There is a punishment involved for whoever the loser is, which I'll get to that because it's very entertaining. But the way that the point system is broken down, so he gets 1 point per exact right placement, and then he gets a point for the correct bracket. So I have broken up these 20 characters into 5 different brackets of 4 each. And then if he can get an entire bracket correct, where he has all the right characters in that bracket, but maybe not in the exact right order of those 4, he'll get 2 points for that though. And because there are 5 different brackets, that adds up to 10 more points. So there's a total of 50 points. If he gets 35 out of the 50 at least or more, I'm the loser. And then if he can't, then he's the loser. Whoever wins gets to find the sauciest, most risque, over-the-top romance cover, and they get to buy that book for the other person, and that person has to read and review that book. I want to get to the lineup of fellas first so that you guys can enjoy the entertainment factor of my taste, because some of them I don't think are exactly the same as a lot of your tastes, so I think that's going to be kind of entertaining. But I'll give you a lineup of the characters themselves, and then you'll get to see Sean guess where the rankings go, and then at the very end will be the reveal of where I've actually ranked them. Getting to the lineup of characters though, we have Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series. He's rough, gruff, but actually secretly very witty. He just happens to be kind of quiet. We have Rhysand from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, who's like the definition of tall, dark, and handsome. And by that, I mean, like, he's white, but he has black hair. Kaladin from the Stormlight Archive, who has the desire to protect everyone and everything. We have Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, who's kind of the quiet and mysterious type. We have Glokta from the First Law trilogy. Glokta is a torturer, so a fun one to find the ranking for. We have Laszlo from Strange the Dreamer. Laszlo is a smart cinnamon roll. We have Trevor Belmont from Castlevania, who is also kind of Geralt-like in that he's rough and gruff, but he's a little bit, I would say, sillier than Geralt. We have Auron from Final Fantasy X, kind of the strong, quiet, stoic type. We have Victor from Vicious, who is vicious. We have Balthier from Final Fantasy XII, the epitome of suave. Perrin from Wheel of Time, who is the super nice, he looks really big and intimidating, but is actually a softie. Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, everybody knows who Aragorn is. I don't think I need to say who that is. Kaz Brekker from Six of Crows, he's the leader of a gang, and he is definitely a edgy bad boy. Hawk from Blood and Ash, who is extremely confident and flirty. Kelsier from Mistborn, the leader of a revolution and always optimistic. Hilo from Jade City, he is the muscle behind the No Peak clan. We have Elend from Mistborn, who is a dreamer and idealist. We have Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist, who is kind of a leader within the military who's trying to get to the bottom of corruption. Vaelin from Bloodsong, very quiet, very stoic, has a good moral compass. And then Adolin from Stormlight Archive, who is described as being very handsome, also kind of wealthy, has a good status in society, and definitely gets along with lots of people. Before we jump into it, let me know who your number 1 and who your number 20 are from this list.
Hello. Today, I am guessing the fantasy heartthrobs of this young lady. So most like me. That is what we're ranking.
I already did an intro.
Wonderful.
It was really good though. Top notch, for sure. So you decided that you wanted to start from the bottom. So the ones you think I hate the most.
That's correct.
Okay. Or like the least, depending on if you want to see this positive or not.
I think your most disliked person is Hilo.
And why do you think that?
Because you had nothing good to say about him. You're like, I don't like this character and he's the worst, blah, blah, blah. Not blah, blah, blah. But you didn't like him.
That is accurate. That is correct. So you get...
Sean.
No, you get 2 points.
Second most disliked. I'm going to go Hawk.
Yes! And why don't I like Hawk?
Because he talks too much. Third from the bottom, I'm going Resand.
This is not good for me.
This is a good one. I think this is Adolin for fourth from bottom.
I am really in trouble. Did you see my official list?
No.
I'm sorry for shouting at you.
So now we're into not like like dislike.
I want to add to that you got that entire bracket, so you also get 2 more points. So you're at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 already.
So this is not, I don't hate them, but you don't love them. I'm going Perrin for 16.
That's not correct for the exact, but it's right for the bracket.
So I get a single point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will admit, Perrin was my favorite of the
see?
two rivers
now that you
folk.
say that, I feel like...
You're
like
recalling.
if it had been Matt. Maybe a little further down.
Yeah.
15, I'm going Aragorn.
Quite incorrect, actually.
Okay, 0 points.
0.
14, I'm going Victor from Vench.
So, correct bracket.
Okay.
Incorrect placement.
I'm not feeling as good about this one now, but I'm going to say Kaz for 13.
Kaz, you have correct bracket and correct placement.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
good. So, how many points did I get? 35?
Yeah.
So I have 13.
13. You didn't do as well that time.
I did not.
What are the reasons for those characters being there? Just like you don't think I hate them, but you don't think I love them?
Yeah, I mean, Perrin, you don't really love the series, so you don't have a whole lot to go off. I mean, you have 4 books worth. That's actually quite a bit to go off. But I wasn't feeling super strong. Aragorn, again, I think he's a heartthrob, but I don't hear you talking about him a whole lot. Like, when I'm like, do you want to watch 12 hours worth of Lord of the Rings? You're like, I don't know if I want to do that. So
I'll watch 12 hours of Aragorn. Like, I don't say things like that, so.
So, Victor, he's kind of one of the worst people, arguably, on this.
He is
So
one of
it's
the
hard
worst.
to be like, I love that guy and how he murders people. And then Kaz, he's another maybe murdery type. I'm not quite sure. I think he's on the side of good, but maybe a little murdery. So I put him there because again, I don't hear you like Kaz is amazing.
I appreciate Kaz for the edgelord that he is, but edgelord's not really
not your thing.
No, I mean
clearly. Third bracket.
Yeah, so we're on the number 12
See,
spot.
I'm not feeling good about this one.
Okay.
But I'm going to say Cloud.
That's pretty wrong.
Pretty wrong. Okay. See, and my reasoning there is... Oh, shoot. No, I think I got him and what's-his-face wrong.
From Final
Fantasy X.
Titus?
Yeah.
They're very different.
Yeah, they're pretty different. Yeah, okay. Shoot.
Do you need to do some rearranging? I mean,
No,
you already kind of know.
Good. I committed.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go 11 Kelsier.
No.
Wrong bracket? Mm-hmm. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, 10, I'm going Trevor.
Correct bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, but incorrect placement.
Well, this is not
This is
as
bad.
Good. 9, I'm going Auron.
Auron. That's exactly right.
Yes.
I want to add, I am so excited. I have to say, little story time. I'm so excited that somebody mentioned Auron because little child me had such a crush on Auron because I just thought he was so cool and mysterious and like stoic. I loved. So when I saw somebody say it, I'm like, somebody else also thinks that Auron is great. I was really excited.
I didn't think he was a top 2 bracket, but I knew you liked him, so I wanted to put him at the he's almost.
And then you got Trevor
there.
right in this bracket.
Yes, that's
Similar
true.
thing.
Yeah,
I don't
similar.
hate him, but
Kelsier and Kelsier I'm surprised about. I'm honestly surprised about because I didn't know you really liked Kelsier that much, so interesting.
is it that I like him that much or
I don't know. Number 8, I had Elend.
no?
Wrong bracket. So I bet he's the bottom bracket. Okay, or the lower one. Next I have Roy Mustang.
Correct bracket.
Okay. See, I initially had him as a top bracket until I kind of got further down the list. I protest this. Roy Mustang should be number 1 for everyone. That's the correct answer.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you were to rank them, you
Roy
absolutely...
Mustang 1 through 20. Number 6. This is probably wrong.
It is wrong because you already said the person earlier. And
Well, okay, but maybe even wrong bracket. I'm going Geralt.
correct bracket.
Okay. See, I had him top bracket too, but I saw
We'll have to
some
talk.
interesting names.
We'll
Yeah.
have to talk. Yeah.
5, and I wanted this to be top bracket, but I changed it at the last minute. I'm going Balthier.
You should have kept Balthier in
Should
the
have
top.
kept it.
Yeah, it's just that's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Now for the top 4. How many points do you even have a chance now?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So no.
No.
This was a hard challenge. Number 4, I have Vaelin.
Correct bracket.
Oh, okay. See, I thought he was going to be one of the ones I ended up getting wrong. Number 3, I have Glocta.
No.
So
I do like Glocta a lot.
See,
but
I feel betrayed because I feel like you talked a lot about how much you love Glocta.
I do love Glocta.
I think you've been having this idea for months and you've been talking up Glocta so that I would make this mistake right now. That's unfortunate.
So you think this one wrong thing is what determined you not getting all of the other ones that you've got
Yes.
incorrect? Okay.
Number 2, I have Kaladin.
Did you say... no. The correct bracket, but no.
Okay. And number 1, I have Laszlo.
And why is Laszlo number 1?
Because he's like me.
Yes, who would like you the most?
Happy Valentine's to me, the loser.
Yeah, how many did you get
I
total?
got 22.
22. So not even half. What's funny is that you knew the ones I hated better than you knew the ones that I loved.
Yeah, okay, so I had Balthier up
Don't
there.
hit the microphone.
I had Balthier up there, but again, like, I get he's like your little child crush, but, you know, you're an adult now.
Okay. You're just making excuses. You're just being nasty now. But Balthier, I even shared on Instagram. I said, did I marry
That's
the
true.
real life
You did
version
say
of
that.
Balthier? And
You did.
I had a side by side of me and you together, happily in love.
I should have kept it in the top. So that means Glocta was... So, okay, based off of this information, can I try to rearrange? I know I've lost. I'm just wondering if
I
can...
think you should be given the chance to rearrange and then see if you can get it correct. Yeah, I will give you that. I think you deserve it because this is a hard challenge.
If I can rearrange and get enough right, I don't think you should have to do the thing, though.
So nobody...
Well, I just feel like, I mean, I'm basically getting a second...
But I think you
chance.
deserve a second chance because this is hard. Because if you even get a couple wrong, then suddenly everything is way off, you know?
So, okay. So, I'm rearranging. I'm putting...
Cue Jeopardy music. We have reconvened and we have assessed Sean's second list. And upon redoing a little bit using the information he had, he's now at 41 points. So I feel like a compromise is in order because he didn't technically win the first time. He lost the first time.
I did.
But I still feel like this was a really hard challenge. So I think what we need to do is we need to pick out a really ridiculous book together. And we need to do a dual review. We need to review it together, too. I feel like that's a fair compromise because we both kind of won, but we both kind of lost.
I mean, I think I mostly lost.
But it's hard. I feel like that was really hard. I kind of want to do this with ladies. And then you would have to rank them, and then I would have to figure out your ranking.
There's only like 2.
In all of the things
and
you've read.
everything, yeah.
Now for the official list.
Bum, bum, bum.
So-
I'm taking notes.
We know that he got all of the beginning, which would be the worst one. So we'll recap that. Hilo I had at the very bottom. I cannot stand Hilo. He's a big hothead. I do not like him. Then we had Hawk, who, as Sean pointed out, talks a little too much. If you watched my reading vlog for From Blood and Ash, you'll know. Rhysand, I'm just not. No, thank you. I know everybody else thinks he's sexy, but it's just like, no. Adolin, he's.
That was a real shocker.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I talk about Storm My Archive, you guys know that's not my favorite. So, after that, in the 16th spot, I had Victor, which is actually really hard for me to place because I like Victor as a character, but I'm like, I'm not I'm not literally attracted to any of them, but I wouldn't find him attractive, you know, like I wouldn't be into Victor Vale. So, Kaz, I feel like if Kaz were older, maybe, but it's a little weird that because he's younger, you know what I mean? So that's a little uncomfortable. Plus, I appreciate the edgelord. Like I said, I appreciate how much of an edgelord he is, but it's not exactly my taste. So, Perrin came after that. I do like Perrin, but up for the rest of these, I like a lot of these characters, and I do like Perrin, but I don't love Perrin the way I love a lot of these other characters. So he's on the lower end, but that's not a bad thing. It's just that beyond the bottom 4, I don't really hate anybody. I have Kelsier in 13, which was, I think, the one that the first time around you were really thrown off by. I did give you a hint.
Did I have him higher at first? I think I did.
You did, yeah, because you said, "Oh, I didn't realize you loved him that much," and I said,
"Is right.
I gave you a hint because I said, "Is it that I love him?" So I'll explain my Kelsier placement. I like Kelsier a lot as a character. I think he's a great character, but the mentor figure thing, especially because I love Vin so much, and I feel like I like to imagine that I am Vin. Then it's weird, you know, because he's like a mentor figure to Vin, like a father figure to Vin. So then it's weird.
So it makes it weird for you.
Because I imagine myself as Vin. Oh. Then I have Trevor Belmont as 12. Because that's another one. Like, I like Trevor as a character. I'm sure if Trevor were a real person, he'd be really nice to look at, you know. But I also don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to date Trevor.
Interesting. I would have thought you'd have Trevor higher, actually.
Really?
He's a fun bloke.
Yeah, but he's a little, like, kind of filthy, you know? Like, he's
That's
like...
true.
I don't know how much he prioritizes hygiene, and
that was a different time.
He likes his
They're
beer,
vampires.
you know. Okay, this one I think maybe would be surprising.
Okay.
Originally, I had Elend in the number 11 spot. I like Elend.
I'm not a huge Ellen fan, so I'm not.
I like Elend. I like his arc, but initially he's kind of dumb.
He's kind of boring.
I had Aragorn in number 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that one's fair. But I don't have him higher because I don't feel like there's a ton there. You know what I mean? How would you describe Aragorn?
Kingly.
Can you describe him in a way that isn't similar to, like, his position, like his fated position?
Noble. Honorable.
Okay, honorable. I feel like, I guess. I have Auron as number 9. I love Auron a lot. Okay, the number 8 spot you ended up getting the second time around, Glokta. Well, I feel like 8's pretty high on this list. I feel like that is higher than a lot of people would have put Glokta.
That's true.
I ranked Glokta higher than most of people's heartthrob characters.
No, I'm just saying he has qualities.
He has qualities.
Yeah.
That's
positive.
Just qualities.
Yeah.
7, I had Geralt. And
7 was Geralt.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So you kept thinking Geralt was higher.
Not maybe the best in a relationship. I can kind of see that now.
I just think that he seems like an adult, and I don't feel like an adult. I have Cloud as 6, which you ended up getting after.
But I was only given 1 point for it. Or did you have Cloud 7? Wait.
No, I had Cloud 6. I must have accidentally...
I have 42 points. Higher than Glokta. See, I would not have called that. And higher than Geralt.
Again, Cloud's younger.
That's true.
You know, Geralt is...
Cloud is, like, kind of a jerk face, though.
I know. He's moody for sure.
I'm a military soldier.
You don't know all of Cloud's story yet, though. I do. So, I'm gatekeeping you right now.
Because he's a clone? That's my working theory.
I can't say anything in regards to your theory, because I cannot spoil whether your theory is right or wrong. The number 5 spot is Roy Mustang.
That's a fitting spot for Roy Mustang. He should be number 1, but At least he's top 5.
Yeah, I
that's
thought
good.
you would be pleased to know he was top 5.
Yeah,
It just looks.
I am pleased
It
to know
looks
that.
more offensive on
That he's in second tier.
that he's in second tier, but that's because for the points to equal exactly 50, I needed 5 groups of 4 instead of 4 groups of 5. So if it was
makes
4 groups of
sense.
5, he would have
He'd
been
be
top
top
5,
five,
and he'd
yeah.
be in top tier.
And then I would have, yeah, that's true. Perception
Yeah,
is reality.
it's just how it looks. But the number 4 spot is Kaladin.
Surprising.
Is it? What do I always say about Kaladin?
He's amazing and I love him.
What else do I say about Kaladin?
Nothing.
That is not true. I do love Kaladin very much. I just feel like I get sad, and then Kaladin gets sad. Now that you know Kaladin is in the number 4 spot, who do you think is in the number 3 spot?
Balthier.
Yeah. Balthier is 3. Because he's like the only suave character who actually pulls off super suave.
That's fair.
The only one that's left that I haven't said.
Would be Vaelin.
Vaelin.
AKA manly guy.
Yeah.
If I recall.
That is correct.
Manly military type.
That is correct.
Not much like me, I have to say. That one is not like...
Well, that's why Laszlo is number 1.
Right, yeah.
You know, because he's the most like you. He's a sweet cinnamon roll who's also smart.
I think most like me, definitely Aragorn. I think that's definitely...
You think Aragorn is the most like you?
Yes, absolutely. Aragorn and then Roy Mustang. Actually, no. I'll go Aragorn. That's what I'll go.
So you're kingly and noble.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
I think you are noble. Maybe not kingly. Based on the amount of times that I say, where do you want to get dinner? And you go, I don't know, you pick. In the future, look forward to both of us, I guess, reviewing a very saucy... Before we started, I asked you not to fidget. Well, we look forward to that day. Let us know your suggestions. And
Yes.
thanks for joining.
So long.
Farewell.